You know that feeling when you're shopping for a new computer and you see this long string of letters and numbers that looks like some kind of secret code and you just throw your hands up? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. But what if I told you that code is the absolute key to getting the perfect machine for you? Well, today we're cracking it wide open.
Okay, let's just dive right into the deep end. You see names like these plastered all over the place when you're shopping. I mean, they both say Intel, sure, but one is Ultra, one has a 7, the other a 5, and what in the world is the deal with the H and the U? It feels like it's designed to be confusing, but I promise you, by the end of this, you'll look at this and know exactly what it means.
Because that's really all this is. It's a code. Every single part of that name tells you something very specific about what that processor is built to do. So you got to stop thinking of it like a random product number, and more like a secret message from the engineers themselves. And we're about to read it loud and clear.
So, our first step in decoding this thing is actually the easiest one. All we have to do is look at the first couple of words. This gives us the broadest category. It tells us, right off the bat, who this processor is even for.
It basically breaks down into 3 simple tiers. Right at the top, you've got Intel Core Ultra. This is the premium line, the best of the best, built for intense gaming, content creation, and heavy AI workloads. Then in the middle, you have Intel Core. This is the workhorse for most people, perfect for everyday performance. And finally, for more budget-friendly machines, you'll just see Intel Processor. That's the new name for their Essentials line, kind of taking over from the old Pentium and Celeron brands you might remember. All right, let's move to the next part of the name, the numbers. This is where we start to get into the real nitty-gritty of performance and, just as importantly, how new the technology is.
The very first number you see after the brand, a 9, a 7, a 5, or a 3, is just a simple performance indicator. And the rule here is exactly what you think. Higher is better. A Core Ultra 9 is going to be more powerful than a Core Ultra 7, which is more powerful than a 5. It's really that simple. Now, after that single performance number, you get this longer model number, like 165. The most important thing to look at here is the very first digit, so in this case, the 1. This tells you the processor's generation, which is just a fancy way of saying how modern the tech is. The other 2 digits are just there to specify the exact model.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, this might just be the most important part of the entire code. That one single letter hanging out at the very end. This little suffix tells you everything you need to know about what that processor was born to do.
For laptops, this is where you really see the different design philosophies. If you spot an H, you're looking at a high-performance chip. It's going to be great for gaming or video editing, but it's going to be thirsty for power. A U, on the other hand, stands for power efficiency, meaning that laptop is all about giving you the longest possible battery life. And P processors, they're kind of the middle ground, aiming for good performance in those super thin and light machines.
Now, if you're shopping for a desktop computer, you're going to see a whole different set of letters. K means it's a high-performance chip that enthusiasts can overclock for even more power. F is a really important one to watch out for. It means the processor has no graphics built in, so you absolutely must buy a separate graphics card for it to work. And T means it's a chip that's been optimized for lower power use, usually in smaller desktop computers.
Okay, we have all the pieces of our decoder ring. We've got the brand, the performance number, the generation, and that super important suffix. So, it's time for the big aha moment. Let's put it all together and see what we've got.
Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Remember this guy? This name probably looked like a bunch of nonsense just a few minutes ago, but now we have the tools to actually read it. So let's break it down, piece by piece.
Here we go. Intel Core Ultra tells us it's from that premium family, built for the tough stuff. The 7 tells us it's in the high-performance tier, just a step below the absolute top-of-the-line 9. The 165 tells us it's a first-generation chip, Model 65. And that final H, that tells us it's destiny, to power a high-performance laptop. And just like that, the code is cracked. What used to be a jumble of letters and numbers is now a simple, clear sentence. We know exactly what this processor is and who it's made for. See? Once you know the rules, it's not intimidating at all.
So why is that Ultra brand so important all of a sudden? Well, a big part of it is new tech like the NPU, or Neural Processing Unit. Think of it as a dedicated little brain inside the chip that's designed specifically for AI tasks. This lets your computer do incredible things like blur your background on a video call or use AI to make your games run smoother, all without absolutely crushing your battery. It's a huge part of where computers are going.
So here it is. This is your takeaway, your own personal decoder ring for the next time you go computer shopping. Step 1, check the brand to know the tier you're in. Step 2, read the number to get a quick read on performance. And Step 3, find that suffix to understand its main purpose. Is it built for raw power or for all-day battery?
And this is why all of this really matters. Making the right choice isn't just about getting a good computer. It's about getting the right computer for you. You don't want to overspend on power you'll never use, and you definitely don't want to sacrifice the battery life you desperately need.
But now you have the knowledge to make that choice confidently. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. For your next machine, what's it going to be? Are you on Team H, needing all the performance you can get your hands on? Or are you on Team U, where making it through a whole day without a charger is the real prize? The choice is now yours.